Hi, this is Hayley from the Kingston Community Library, and I am here with you today to make a Harry Potter floating candle. So if you missed the Zoom class where we did it together, this is just a little video to show you how you can do it. Or if you picked up the grab and go kit, you'll have all the things. If you didn't get a grab and go kit and you want to have a try at making Harry Potter candles, here is what you'll need. You will need a tube, like a kitchen roll or toilet paper. You will need an LED candle. You see, this is a flickering one, but you can use any. You will need some white paint. You will need a hot glue gun. And I have some little fishing wire or some thread, something very thin that's really hard to see, ready for when we hang it up. And you'll also need a little push pin just to make the holes inside your tube. And that's it, it's not too bad. All right, so what we need to do first is we're going to make our tube look like a candle. And how we do that is we're going to make drips down the side. And we can do this in a few ways. So what we can do is start about 3/3 of the way down, and we're just going to make drips coming all the way up to the top. And you can do this all the way around the candle, around the tube. It will be a candle. Can you see? And you can do different lengths because we want it to look authentic, which means realistic. And I'm just going all the way around, and we're being very careful. If you need mums and dads to help you with this activity, with the hot glue, please get them to help you. We don't want any hot glue burns. Can you see? I'm holding right at the bottom, and I'm keeping my fingers away from where the hot glue is touching. All right, you ran out of glue. I'm going to add a new glue stick. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for that first layer to dry, because we want to add multiple layers. Now by adding multiple layers, that means that the candle, when we've painted it, is going to look like it's been burnt multiple times. So this just looks like it's been burnt once, right? So now we're going to add another layer. So when it's dried, we're going to do the same thing again. So we're not going to go as far up this time. We'll go about halfway up. And we're just going to keep going around. And we can go on top of the original marks that we made or below them. We want to make this candle look like it's been burnt a lot, right? So it looks old and used. And you can go straight up in a straight line. I'm trying to give a little bit of wobble just so it looks like it's fallen down. And it looks really cool. And then when that layer's dry, you can just go right again and do another. And we're just going to cover the whole thing in layers of wax. What should be wax. It's not really wax, right? It's going to look really cool when it's done though. All right, I'm going to keep doing this. So I'm going to keep layering on top like this as it dries. And so when we get to the end, it will be a whole tube covered in layers of hot glue, which are going to look like wax. So I'll be back in a minute after I've done that to show you the finished product as we go round. And you can continue doing the same thing. All right, back in a sec. All right, so I have been around and I have covered multiple layers. I don't know if you can see this very well on my candle. So the next step, once you are 100% sure that it is fully dry, can you see all the little stringy bits on here? We're gonna pull them off because we don't need them. When we were making the magic wands, they made the wand look really cool. But for the candle, we don't need them because we want this candle to look authentic. So as real as possible. So I'm taking all the little stringy bits off so that all we have left is the wax dripping down. Okay, and I'm going to move my hot glue gun to one side because we're done with that now. I'm going to pop it over here so I don't burn myself. All right, and then the next thing to do, what do you think? We're going to paint it. All right, so we're going to get this white paint and we are just going to paint this whole candle white right over the hot glue. And you may need a couple of layers. So as I'm doing this, I'm going to pop you on pause. Can you see? And I'll be back when it's painted and we'll see what it looks like. And I'll show you the next step. All right, get painting. See you in a sec. All right, so I'm back, you guys, and I have painted, as you can see, the whole of my candle. and it's almost dry, still a little bit sticky, but it looks so cool. I don't know if you can see the effect. I went over with a few layers of hot glue, and then I painted the inside a little too, so that when we add our candle, you won't see any brown from the tube. All right, so the next stage, once you've hot glued and painted, is to grab your push pin, and we're gonna look at the size of the candle, because that's gonna sit inside of the tube. So what we're gonna do is measure just about underneath where the candle sits, because we don't wanna see any of the candle. So we want to put our string just underneath where the candle's going to fall. So I would say that's about 1/2 inch down. So I'm gonna poke 4 holes. One kind of in each quarter. So we're gonna go there. We're gonna go opposite that one on this side. And we're gonna do the same. So we're gonna have 4 holes to poke our string through. If I can see them. You got to get right through the hot glue. And don't poke your fingers. So this is another part where you may need mom and dad's help. So we should have our 4 holes, 1, 2, 3, and 1 more on this side. 4. So I'm lucky I found that it went not directly through the hot glue. So this is the tricky part. So I'm widening my holes a little bit, as you can see, just so I can see them and where to get the string through. 2, 3, because you want to be able to see where you're putting it. Because I've lost my last one. 4. All right, so if I look inside, I can see all 4 holes in opposite ends of the circle. Because what we're trying to do is make a cross in the middle for the candle to sit on. All right, so now in your pack, you should have received some of this fishing wire. So I'm just gonna cut a bit out. And we're gonna thread it through the holes. Now, this might take some time. So I'm gonna show you, we're gonna thread through one and pull it out. And then we're gonna take another piece and thread through the other side and pull it out. I'm gonna pause you while I do that because it might take me some time to get it through the holes. I'll be back when it's done. All right, so I'm back, and that didn't take as long as I thought, although I did end up covered in paint because my candle wasn't quite dry. So here it is. You can just see the string hanging, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to flick my candle on, and then we're just going to rest it on top of the string. So I don't know if you can see this. It's just resting on the top. I'm trying to get the light, but it's not showing you very well. So when you hang this candle up in the dark, it's just going to look like a flickering, glowing candle, and you can't even see the string, so it looks like it's floating. That's why we use the fishing wire, because it's so fine, you can't even see it. So you can make as many of these as you want, and you can hang them all over your ceiling to make a Hogwarts Great Hall. Okay, so if you're wondering about the bottom, if you don't want the bottom to show, you can either paint the whole of the inside of the tube white so that you can't see it, or another option is to get some cardboard, draw a circle around, and just glue it onto the bottom and paint it. So there are 2 options there, but I think it looks really cool. A Harry Potter floating candle. I love it. So once you've made yours, take a picture, pop it on the library Padlet, and we look forward to seeing you at the next event. These are really effective and they look so cool. Nice job, you guys. We will see you soon. Mwah. Bye.